Elephant is a 2003 American psychological drama film written, directed, and edited by Gus Van Sant. It's set in Watt High School in an average suburb of Portland, Oregon. The film follows the events of a tragic school shooting based on the 1999 Columbine High School massacre, where 12 students and one teacher fell victim to this act of mass murder.
The investigation into the high school massacre is slow-moving and dangerous.
Amid the gunshots and bomb blasts, hundreds of students ran for their lives, stalked in their own school by two of their own classmates who went on a rampage.
Framed upon a short period prior to the shooting taking place, Van Sant articulates the camera following the ordinary lives of different characters in and out of school, going through their daily routines blissfully unknowing of the events yet to come.
Be a little happier. Come on. Yeah.
Now, let's talk about realism in film. Realism can be defined as a cinema subcategory that many refer to as slice of life. Its narrative is plausible and its subject matters are themes that are reflections of the world around us. People like Andre Bazin, an incredible film theorist of the 20th century, stated, "The goal of cinema was to represent the real world with the greatest commitment to realism." The rise of the French New Wave and Italian neorealism brought real location shoots, natural lighting, handheld cameras, non-professional actors, and improvisation into play. The introduction of realism in film changed the trajectory of possibility in the ways filmmakers can portray cinema. Now that you get the context, let's get back into Elephant. The long shot. The long shot is one of the most consistent cinematic shots used in this film. The effect of these extremely long shots allows the viewer to feel like a fly on the wall, immersing them into the lives of these students, making you feel like you're living a normal day at school right beside these characters. Especially common within these long shots is the following shot. The film is split into sections with black screens of highlighted students' names, then revealing their day in the life, usually from behind.
What are you guys doing? Just get the fuck out. They'll come back. Maybe shit's going down.
These differing perspectives sometimes overlap with each other, like seen here with John, Eric, and Alex. Other times, there's little to no correlation, like between Acadia and Michelle.
Hey, Eli. Hey, what's up, John? How's it going? Pretty good. How about you? Pretty good. What are you doing?
Let's call this the hallway shot, as this scene of John, Eli, and Michelle in this long corridor is repeated 3 separate times, sticking out as a memorable scene throughout the film. Syncing up the audio with these 3 clips side by side, the viewer can notice that there is a slight continuity error in this timeline. It doesn't actually sync up the way you would expect it to by the end of the scene. This can be explained by Van Sant photographing them separately from the start. It's a visual illusion to make them seem identical when in fact they're slightly different. This scene embodies constant temporal displacement. To explain this entire film travels back and forth between reenacted scenes, different perspectives, and focus points within the same reality at Watt High School, capturing an ordinary high school day, except that it's not. It presents the film as a puzzle, calling upon the audience to mentally rearrange the timeline and piece it together for understanding. From John with an alcoholic dad, to Brittany, Jordan, and Nicole, 3 girls clearly struggling with bulimia, to Michelle with body dysmorphia issues, and to Alex, one of the soon-to-be school shooters getting bullied in class. These daily, real-life struggles teenagers deal with are highlighted through these high school archetypes, demonstrating how these mundane, ordinary teenage lives are coexisting until they get destroyed by the same force, a matter of life or death. So which one of them is the main character of Elephant? Van Sant's answer is none of the above. I mean, what even makes someone the right main character?
Bond. James Bond.
When you read a synopsis of a film about a school shooting, you would assume the plot revolves around the suspects, a victim, or breaking down the crime. Van Sant chose not to follow those paths, exemplifying realism in film by portraying Eric and Alex just as often and mundane as the other normal characters on their last day to live.
If we were positive about reasons why we thought this happened specifically, that we'd probably have put them in, but it was always so elusive exactly why, that it's almost like it could be the weather, and so we show like the clouds, and it could be, madness, so we show him holding his head. But to say specifically it's one thing or have a theory about exactly why, it's in our interest to identify the reason why so that we can feel safe, So to not have a reason specifically, like laid out before you, is against some types of nature, It's against the detective, that's trying to like discover the reason why.
Elephant has no final outcome, no glorification of violence.
Fuck.
No hero coming to dramatically save the day. The film is produced on a minimal budget. Its cast consists of local high school students, their real names, and aspects from their real lives, and in no way is it a fantasy or action film. The abundance of realism displayed through the factors above and more are what allows Van Sant's work to stand out uniquely amongst other films on this topic. Depending on the viewer, some even claim that Elephant gives nothing more than a news coverage of a shooting. But after analyzation of this articulately crafted piece, I believe its style and play on perspective is executed beautifully. In this simple, powerful story with no scripted screenplay but with a complex timeline and a consistency of stillness, long shots, and differing perspectives, Van Sant created a film that reenacts a true story yet maintains its rawness.
Bitch.
20 years later, this film continues to make the world reflect on school gun violence's terrifyingly rapid increase and how heartbreakingly easily this could happen tomorrow.